here with Chris Mortensen, ESPN NFL insider. Mort, how many drafts will this make for you?
With ESPN, it's my 23rd. In fact, my very first assignment with ESPN was to cover the draft. I was working at the National Sports Daily, which no longer exists. I think I put it out of business. But Fred Godelli, who was then producing the draft for ESPN, asked me if I'd come on board. He'd, I guess, liked some of my work, and it's just a fun event. The one thing I can remember growing up in California is waking up real early in the morning, like 5 in the morning, because that's when ESPN started its broadcast. I'm happy they moved it forward, starting it at a reasonable time. It's a draft is something I've always loved, and people always wonder, how can a non-athletic event be so popular? If you think about it, two most popular sports in America right now, professional football, college football. These are the 3 days they marry up, where they intersect, where it's kind of like graduation day, where the NFL gives out the grades to the graduating class out of college, and you got all these college players coming out who have obviously passionate fan bases who are trying to follow their favorite players into this draft and beyond. So it's one reason why even now, as we're about to get into this thing, I get excited. We just had one of our draft meetings, and I'm fired up for it. And we know there's going to be drama. I mean, it's one of the best reality TV shows there is every season, and that's why millions of people watch it.
What do you think is going to end up being the storyline of the first round?
The storyline of the first round is always about the quarterbacks, whether they are box office quarterbacks like we had last year with Andrew Luck and Robert Griffin III, or whether it's about guys this year like Geno Smith or Ryan Nassib or E.J. Manuel, Tyler Wilson, Mike Glennon, whoever. Where are they going to go? Let's face it. I mean, we always want to talk about quarterbacks, and I'll never discount the influence of fantasy football, even in watching the draft, because a lot of people are wanting to know where these quarterbacks are going to go, where are these receivers going to go, where are these running backs going to go, and then I got to start doing the research on them for my fantasy football draft later.
So that said, who do you think is the first quarterback off the board?
Logic says that Geno Smith of West Virginia will be the first quarterback off the board, and I think usually we've shown that if you stick to logic, that's what happens. What we've heard recently, that it'll be Ryan Nassib, going to the Buffalo Bills at number 8. And, of course, Ryan was at Syracuse with the Buffalo Bills coach Doug Marrone. Makes some sense. I mean, so what the Miami Dolphins did with Ryan Tannehill last year, do you follow the same pattern? Or are we getting a little bit of a smokescreen here, and it turns out to be Geno Smith, the first quarterback? It's the mystery of the draft right now.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mort.
Thank you.